Welcome back to Limitless Profit, and as always, I really appreciate you guys checking out this video and smashing that subscribe button. You guys helped me grow by 25%. We've gained like over 50 subscribers in the last week alone, and it doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of big channels, but that's like 25% growth on this YouTube channel in 1 week. So I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate your constructive criticism. So someone basically said the method that I'm doing here, where I'm just showing you guys trades that I took and who sent the signal, I could be lying. And you're absolutely right. I could be lying. You know, I'm telling you that I'm telling the truth. I have nothing to hide. I'm not in, partnership with any of these other signal providers. So that basically encouraged me to mix it up and think of a better way to present these signals to you. And this is what I came up with. I'm just going to take a screenshot of their signal and circle the final result, whether it was in profit or not in profit. I mean, technically you're not supposed to do that, but by the time these signal groups figure out who I am, I mean, their review is going to be over. Okay. I'm not stealing anything from them. I'm not giving out their signals that I paid for to you guys. I'm showing you the end result. So hopefully they won't get too mad and come after me. I mean, long story short, I'm divulging no secrets here other than their shadiness or their profitability. So it's an honest review. All right. Keep everything honest. That's all I'm trying to do. And this is further going to help me do that. So from now on, this is the setup you guys are going to see. As you can see at the top, it says MambaFX VIP. The date, June 15th of when the signal started. Okay. Sunday was, I believe, the 13th. Maybe the 12th or the 13th. So this week just started. And so this was the very first signal Mamba sent. And as you can see, we were able to take profit of 54 pips. Okay. Another thing that I want to mention is someone also gave me some constructive criticism as far as taking a single lot size for every trade is not correct. So a lot of people trade percentage of account. Okay, 1% their risk to reward. Every trade they're going to risk 1% of their account. Okay, I don't trade myself that way, and this is why. Because if I risked, let's say on this 54 pip take profit, if I risk, let's say 30 pips to 60 pips, in theory, if I'm risking the same amount of percentage, there's no greater reward or no greater risk for taking a higher pip SL, if that makes sense. So I just feel that if my pips are higher or lower, then I should make or lose more, if that makes sense. So long story short, if my take profit is 50 pips away versus 100 pips away, I should make more for waiting out those 100 pips, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to continue to do a single lot size for every one of these trades. That's how we started. That's how the totals are calculated in the thumbnail of this video. So that's how much we've made off every trade taking a single lot size. Okay. Really apologize. This has already been a long intro. I'm just trying to, you guys give me constructive criticism. I'm trying to modify my strategy, my setup, my reviews to accommodate you. So that's how we're going to keep it going. But long story short, 54 pips. Mamba knocked it out of the park right out the gate on June 15th, his very first signal. Very nice. I thought we were starting the week off really good until his next signal came on the 16th. As you can see, we hit the SL of negative 31 pips. So basically, I just put negative 31 pips. You can clearly see entry price and the SL. You can do the math for yourself, but I went ahead and did it for you. If you don't trust me, go back and add it all up yourself. Okay. So, negative 31 pips. So we started off good. We were up $540. Then now 31 pips is a $310 loss. Single lot size, $10 per pip. Move the decimal over one spot. Add a zero, negative $310. Moving on. 2 signals sent. Both of them ended up hitting the SLs. Once again, you guys can check the date, check the time. I'm telling you they hit the SLs. But if you think I'm lying, go check the chart yourself. Do your own research. I have no reason to lie. Both of these trades did hit the SL, which is another $300 loss. And then another $300 loss, which is, we're up $540. Now all of a sudden we just took a $910 loss. So that kind of sucks there. So that was basically it for his signals. We haven't gotten any more this last week. That was it. 4 trades, 1 winner, 3 losers, down $370 on the week. So that brings our grand total to negative $1,130 for Mamba's signals over the course of 3 weeks. Now we move into LittlePandaForex. So here are the 2 signals that he sent. His first signals were June 15th. Okay. I will say that there is a trade that rolled over from last week that I will do at the end of his segment. All right. So these are technically the first trades he sent this week, but he still had trades from last week that rolled into this week. So as you can see here, here's the time, here's the date, here's his LittlePandaForex premium signals, and both of those ended up hitting full take profit. That's why he is killing it. We took single lot size. So 117 pips is $1,170 with the single lot size. Incredible. I mean, this week he crushed it. Like, he went from negative to obviously positive. I think he was down like 300 and something dollars last week over the course of 2 weeks. And then this third week, I mean, he propelled big time. Like, big time, big time. So, shout out to him. And let's keep it rolling here. So, his next signal, boom, smashed it again, $1,090, okay? Crushed it. Just crushed it. He sent 3 signals this week. That was all there were. 3 signals, boom. That's it. And then plus the rollover trade from last week was also a $660 trade. He crushed that for 66 pips as well. So in theory, 4 trades out of 4. He crushed it this week. Congratulations. Once again, this does not reflect their overall growth and their overall. This is strictly just for these 3 weeks. You know, I haven't been doing. Clearly, long-term signals is what matters, right? Over the course of a year, over the course of 2 years, 6 months, you know. This is just the course of 3 weeks. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm not saying any of these signal providers are always going to be losing or always going to be winning. All right. This is just the 1 month that I bought them. This is the results. So moving into now we are focusing on Wizard. As you can see at the top, we went from LittlePandaForex. That's it for his signals. Now we're on Forex Premium WizardFX. All right. So here we go. On June 13th, you can see I circled in green. These are the 2 trades that he took or that he sent. All right. So he said high risk trade buy here. And then he said, and then as it dipped down, but didn't hit the SL, as you can see, the SL on the top trade is 1861. It dipped down to 1863 and he said, buy it again. Okay. So that's a double signal there. And he ended up crushing it. As you can see, we circled it here. Both trades right there for 350 pips. Okay. Now, the way he's calculating the pips and the way my broker calculates the pips is completely different. And I'll go over that at the end. But 350 pips, boom. Moving to the next trade, he took 2 more gold trades here. I started circling them in yellow so you guys knew that, you know, green obviously means a positive trade. Red means a negative trade. And then I'll start doing like this orange color to basically show you what I'm illustrating in each photo so you guys can see. So as you can see here, he has 2 more trades, boom and boom. One of them, he says, close it out. It's hit the, you know, a good enough area, and hold the trade that is at 1831. So one of these trades got closed out, the bottom one, but yet the top trade is still in play until it ended up hitting the negative 40 pips for it right there. He says, I'm out of gold. That's because it hit its SL at negative 40 pips. And then he re-entered right there. And in the same screen, you can see SL hit. So, boom. There's a signal. There's the results. At the top, you see the date, everything, full transparency. Moving on from there, he also sent this signal here, which when I took this screenshot, it was had some other info in it, and I had to crop it out a little bit. So negative 30 pips. There's no date stamp on it, but I mean, it's in there. Trust me. So negative 30 pips on that one. And then here's two more odd USD, USD JPY. Both of those hit their stop loss, negative 30 pips, negative 27 pips. And I have proof of that right here, as he says UJ and AUSL hit, unfortunately. Okay, these were taken on the 17th, as you can see. On the 18th is when he messaged out that. So proof there. You don't have to look it up yourself. He admitted to it. Very nice. A lot of times they don't do that. And he sends so many signals and so many potential trades that don't even come to fruition that I have to go back and do my own research to make sure he's telling the truth, you know, because like he won't say that they hit take profit. He won't say that they closed. He won't say that they hit the stop loss. Not that he's trying to hide anything. I just think he's so busy. I mean, whoever's operating the signals channel, they send out a lot of trade ideas. So as you can see, it got hit. And then there's some crypto trades in there that I'm not even highlighting. Bitcoin and Litecoin and this XRP. Like there's a bunch of different stuff. But I mean, I'm doing gold and currencies. So if I start doing that, you know, this is gonna take forever. And then we hit this, unfortunately I took this photo. See, this is why I like to crop the photos, because that GA trade at the very top that he sent on the 17th, that trade is actually still in play right now. Okay. So I left that in there purposefully, letting you guys know that if I crop a photo, it's because I took it, I snapped it, and there is potentially compromising information in there. I just revealed one of his signals that you guys didn't pay for, which is not my intent. I accidentally did it here, and I did not want to take the time to go back and crop the photo. And I just wanted you guys to see the date and see, you know, the trade. And GJ actually hit its stop loss. He admitted it later on. I actually don't have the admission, sorry, but you know, there's a lot of screenshots, a lot of editing, a lot of calculations that I have to do for this, and I miss things sometimes. So long story short, we took a big hit this week, and he's currently down. I think that's his last signal. Yeah, that was his last signal. So he's down $1,039 in the last 2 weeks. So he was my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Wizard Signals, he sends out so many trade ideas. So he kind of, you know, sends them before they execute. You know, he doesn't send a signal by trade. Okay, he sends you like, when price reaches this area, I will be looking to enter. It is a support zone. So he kind of, you know, pre-games you. He gets you ready for what's coming. It's more time consuming on your part. If you don't have time to look at the charts, it's not a buy now, sell now. It's a buy when it comes to this area, sell when it comes to this area. So it takes a lot more of your own thinking, and you know, you're not such a robot. You're not just a copy and paster. You actually have to do a little bit of thinking. And I do like that. Okay? But for the busy person, I'm not trying to find that. Okay? I can look at my own trades. That does give me a heads up on what he's looking at, or this group is looking at. I keep saying he because it's a male wizard. No offense intended. But so yeah, basically he sends you a lot of trade ideas, not necessarily signals. But as you can see here, he says there are different brokers that calculate pips differently. Okay, and then he also says people set a dollar amount or set a percentage. It doesn't matter. You take your pick as long as you understand what you're risking. So that kind of ties back into what I said earlier in the video. But for calculating the pips, my broker calculates gold differently than his broker. So like right here, 350 pips, when I calculate the math, I don't calculate as 350 pips. It's 35 pips. As you can see, his entry price is 1865 and his stop loss is 1861. Okay? That's 4 pips. I know that there's 2 numbers that come after that when you're looking at gold, and for, you know, all currencies, they tell you just move the decimal over to calculate pips, right? Because there's, you know, the number is set in tenths of pips. So you got to move the decimal over. But for gold, my broker moves a decimal over twice. So 350 pips, 350 pips is actually 35 pips. So this was a $350 trade for me, not a $3,500 trade, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to point that out there because he brought it up and I thought that was really good. And it, you know, if you guys are looking at that like, holy smokes, he killed it, you know, like why is his numbers not higher? That's why. All right. Hopefully, now that I've got all this explanation out of the way, you guys will, these are kind of for my OGs, you know, that see that I'm sending these signal reviews a little bit differently. I apologize, you guys are the OGs, so you got to go through more of me rambling on, but it's just to help explain why I switch things up. And then this right here is his, this is Panda's. As you can see, this is sent June 9th, okay, from last week. So this is the signal he sent right here on June 7th. And then on June 9th, he closed that trade out. So you see, blah, 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 stop loss, risk to reward. He says, I'm closing this trade at 2R. He was happy with the profits. So if his risk right here is 33 pips and he closed it at double 33 pips, it means he closed it in the positive 66 pips. Okay. So that was the other signal I mentioned to you guys before. And then this right here was last week's results. Okay. As you can see, everyone was in the negative. And Panda was the only one to climb out of that hole, completely dominating it. He crushed it this week. You know, to go from everyone being negative. Some of these guys grew their negativity. The other two, MambaFX is more deficit, Wizards is more deficit, and Panda just killed it. So very nice job, Panda. I'm super wow. Like, that's crazy. So I'm sorry this video took so long for me to get out. You know, after I recorded it, showing, you know, that way also helps me for the trades that I miss in that Forex account, that demo account. I'm never missing a signal. So if I miss the trade, who cares? You know, I'm showing you guys the photo of the signals now and whether they were positive or negative. So full transparency, you know, hope I don't get in trouble. Like I said, by the time they figure it out, I'm not going to be in their signal group. I'm buying all these signals for 1 month. And as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a poll out to you guys and give you options. I have to wait till 1,000 subscribers before they let me do this. It's called like a postcard or something like that. And it's where you guys can vote. So if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button. And I'm going to start sending out postcards that you guys can vote on. And I'll give you guys options like, who do you want to see me do a review on next? And then out of like the 4 signal providers that I put in that link, the top 2 with the highest percentage will be the ones that I do for the following month. So you guys are going to tell me who to do, and I will no longer be picking for myself. All right, this is a channel for you guys. It's for myself as well. You know, I will be using most likely these signal providers that end up being profitable. So as always, I really appreciate you guys. You know, let's go for another 25% growth this week, which would put us up, you know, obviously another 50. So I'm comfortable with that. I'm happy with that. You know, 50 new Limitless people joining the family. All right, so I really appreciate it, you guys. I got to jump on here, do some more calculations, because today is Wednesday when I got this out, and Friday, Saturday's right around the corner. So I'm going to try to have the week 4 results out for you guys in 2 more days. So I got to jump on, start taking Photoshop, you know, screenshots and everything of all that. So smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for checking it out. Peace.